You sure? Strange. Ramsmeet wants Salamandra gone, unless something I don't know about has occurred. That might be true, but we need to check all our leads. Let's get to work. I'll ask around town, talk to my contacts. You keep an eye on Kalkstein. Gain his trust. Get to know his plans and secrets. Any conclusions? Something to check. Did you get anything out of the prisoner? Makes sense. Kalkstein's known to be a talented alchemist. He could be helping Javed with his experiments. He suspected nothing until he found the dog dead, shot in the muzzle with a heavy crossbow. He wasn't even sure it was his dog. But then he found his wife pinned to the kitchen door with a spear. Talked to Vincent Mice, captain of the city guards, and questioned the witness. Well, what do we have here? I'm all ears, White Wolf. All the better. There'll be fewer guards there. Surprising. Sure he didn't pull the wool over your eyes? I'll risk trusting you. Let me tell you a story. Azar Javed, a Zerrikanian sorcerer, leads Salamandra. He's more dangerous than a pit of Kikimors, but unfortunately out of my reach. With his contacts and resources, he's got almost free rein in the city. He searched the house in vain for his son. The culprits hadn't left a trace. His information could be priceless. Good luck. A happy couple once lived in Vizima. Ordinary as fish in a pond, with a 10-year-old boy. One day the father returned home and was puzzled not to be greeted by his son, his dog, or the smell of dinner on the stove. What about our other leads? All right, I'll cross him off our list of suspects. For now. A warrior like no other, your legend precedes you. How can I help? Ask around about Vincent and Salamandra. Talk to anyone you can link to our suspect. I expected as much. Azar must have Vincent in the palm of his hand. He may be one of the leaders, though in this town the guards capture pawns while the big fish swim free. We'll know for certain once you question him. Back to reality. This is what I've managed to learn. The captain of the guard who dropped that investigation disappears nights. Maybe you can squeeze some information out of him. Except 6 months later, a monster's corpse turned up in a trash heap. Eyes like festering wounds, pale, rough skin, unnaturally muscular body. Everyone had forgotten the murder and disappearance. Almost everyone. I've heard it. Why are you looking for Javed? We're not exactly friends. The captain sees me as competition. He won't talk to me. I suspect Salamandra has built a large-scale operation, with gold simply greasing the wheels of their political ambitions. They're conducting genetic experiments, dangerous ones. Regular thugs wouldn't have the knowledge or means. Once you have a clear picture, confront him. In the meantime, follow through on all the other leads, no matter how insignificant they might seem. You could talk to them at night. No witnesses. I saw him in the stables with 2 young pages. You wouldn't believe. As a professional, you understand information has its price. Find a promising lead. Ask the suspect about it. His reaction will speak volumes. Just so happens I know a thing or two. Before I go on, I wouldn't mind knowing what your interest in the case is. I've been working on that case for a while. That, Witcher, is what investigations are about. Getting the facts. We might have one more lead. The city guards detained someone who could provide information. Yeah. Find a way to question that prisoner. In the meantime, learn what you can from the guards. We need proof. Something to present to someone higher up. For now, you best stay away from Mice. What about our other leads? We need to follow them. Cautiously. A real joker, huh? No chance. Join the club. It'll cost you 100 orans. The father has devoted his life to tracking down the murderers. See, the missing boy had one characteristic feature. A 6th toe. Only the parents knew about it. Always had trouble finding shoes for the kid. And the dead monster had an identical 6th toe. To make a long story short, Vincent Mice had to close the case. No witnesses, no evidence. Usually I charge for information, but I'll give you this bit for free. He's hiding something, that's clear, but I'll look into that later. Good question. I used to work for the lawyers Codringer and Fenn. Satisfied? He spill anything? Patience. This is just like fishing. Then gain Kalkstein's trust. Do him a favor. Learn something that interests him. You could get him to hire you, and talk to Ramsmeet, but don't overdo it. There's one with a short temper. Lousy work in a town full of dirt and conspiracies. I spend most of my time spying on nobles and rich burghers who cheat on their wives. You can't imagine what people are capable of. I recently followed Morton, commander of Foltest's palace guards. Heard of him? Wait here a while. make them nervous. Just one thing. I think you're being followed. Salamandra. I was a step away from solving the mystery. One small step. Thanks, Geralt. You saved my life. The bastards snuck in here. Somehow they found out I'm after them. Not likely. They're following me day and night. I gotta find a way to lose them. I'll set a false trail. You question the new suspects. Here, take these notes. They list all the key leads. They're on my heels, so I've gotta disappear. I'll draw them away while you pursue the investigation. I'll find you, White Wolf. Not now, I'm in danger. Look closely at the liver for any signs of alchemy. And examine the internal organs. Poison is in fashion, especially in marital disputes, and anyone can prepare deadly decoctions from ordinary herbs. Welcome, you won't believe what happened. Yes? The costs are what they are. Take it or leave it. Down to business. They transferred the prisoner after the attack. I need to think. Come back later, and I know how to handle this case. Go do something useful. Tend to that autopsy. So it went smoothly. We can't move forward without it. How's that? Come back later. I need to analyze this information. Well, he wasn't in great shape, so I guess it's no surprise, but I have a feeling, especially since we won't get anything else out of him. He died last night. Not so fast. Remember, I have expenses. How do you know? 200 orens. I'm not the prophet Lebioda. I can't live on roots and berries. Neither can my informers. I guarantee you these are the bare necessities. Exactly. Shawnee's a good friend of yours, right? Ask her to do an autopsy. Once we know the cause of death, that's my job. I see you did your homework. None? None at all? He's usually at the Hairy Bear Tavern, or at his own dive nearby. 2 thugs with hammers watch the door. So, poison after all. But how can you be sure it was Kalkstein? How do you know? I need to analyze this information. Come back tomorrow. I'm good at what I do. I don't go around telling you how to hunt monsters, do I? Witcher, don't get me wrong. But this is hardly my first case. I'm in my element. Been waiting in this bog for years. I'm not proud of it, but I can control myself. It's not a habit. Come on, Geralt. I'm the first to admit I'm no saint, but I don't get into nasty stuff. Of course. What? You need to squeeze him for information. Get it out of him. Up to you how you do it. Right. When do we go? Oh, that. Ramsmeat's revenge. I investigated one of his underlings. Now they want to discredit me. Don't worry about that. I've been working late. Feeling a bit ill. A master mage made these amulets. They're not Saint Lebioda's tailbones or other crap from the market square. We'll rip the proof from Kalkstein's dead hands. He's Azar Javed's chief aide. He may even be Javed himself. So what's your plan? Of course I am. You're paying me after all. Besides, we're friends now. What else? An investment, Geralt. My office needs to look good. Convey professionalism. I'm getting on in years. Old age is no picnic. We can't all have mutated bodies. I have to keep warm. All right. Ready? Yes, you have me. You killed Ramsmeat? And that is? You mistake stars reflected in a pond for the night sky. As a master mage, I barely need to fight. It'll be a massacre. Geralt, isn't that a stretch? Let's drop this masquerade and get back to work. The possibilities are many. That's why my plan is pure genius. Clever, Witcher. But hardly clever enough. I foresaw this. My men await my signal. You won't live to see sunrise. He's the only one to have any knowledge of magic. I don't think he's strictly a theoretician either. Plus, all those who worked with him mysteriously disappeared. Definitely my #1 suspect. Spit it out, Geralt. Truly? I don't think so. Quite the opposite. I'm in control. If I were Azar, I'd crush you like a worm. Witch's vision. I forgot. But we're not all witches. A normal person would think, what a worldly fellow. He must have worked all over. And that's the idea. He's wealthy, has resources, and he's clearly involved in some scheme. I know his sort. They buy whoever they want. Courtiers, guards, royal clerks, all in their pockets. Yes, I guess Lou Varden could be the Salamandra boss. That confirms Ramsmeat and his men were just a strike force. Now we know the evidence points to Kalkstein. I saw him in town some time ago, busy bashing perverts. He's my chief suspect, too. It was a gut feeling, though without proof I didn't mention him. But since you suspect him, There must be something to it. What don't you understand? Everyone knows the guard commander hates anyone he can call deviant. Why do I have to be Javid? I'm good at what I do. I don't go around telling you how to hunt monsters, do I? I have. We need to lure him into a trap. The swamp tower interests him. We can use it as bait. So I'll wait for you there. A mysterious fellow. He's liable to have his dirty secrets. 3. Go after him a bit, but I'd say the alchemist and Ramsmeat are more important. I'll set my contacts on him. Check him out, good and thorough. He's my number 2. You could press him a bit. He may spill some information. He's rumored to be edgy, so he could snap. And I know how to handle this case. Witcher, don't get me wrong, but this is hardly my first case. I'm in my element. Been wading in this bog for years. Good. He leads Salamandra's armed force. You have to kill him. Not now. Here at last. Listen, I got it all figured out. Kalkstein and Ramsmeat were associates. I have irrefutable evidence. We set a trap, though it might be dangerous. Gather your equipment and come back later. Great work. All the pieces fit. Now we need to get the bastard somehow. I can't fight a mage. Any ideas? That will put him with the Scoia'tael. But who knows? Check him out. I'll ask around too. But don't forget the other suspects, especially the alchemist and Ramsmeat. Approach him carefully. He may be more dangerous than he looks. Must be my warning amulets. Salamandra's men could attack at any moment. You compare me to a few insignificant bandits? I'll trounce you like the worm you are. You don't stand a chance against me. True, as a master mage, I use illusions. Surrender. Stop kidding around, Geralt. This isn't funny. In this town, only the fish in the lake don't take bait, and that's just because they're floating belly up. Without proof, he's a waste of our time. Let's focus on Kalkstein and Ramsmeat. Vivaldi could be the organization's sponsor, but even that seems unlikely. I've never seen a non-human salamander. I just can't picture a dwarf commanding them. It'd be good to know what he's hiding. But Ramsmeat and Kalkstein remain my chief suspects. Occasional. I started while investigating a certain baron. Had to be on my feet day and night. Everyone should know what's going on in the world. It also improves my image. Say you were a client. What would you think when you saw that map? By no means. Customers and how they see you matter. Once we wrap up this case, I plan to expand my business. Speak freely, Geralt. You can trust me. No reason to be shy. Tell me. And that is? Kill the Witcher! Let's think. He certainly has resources, both financial and human. He also has motive, his lust for power. He's a thoroughbred outlaw, used to operating in the underworld. How magic plays into it, I'm not sure, but we might have overlooked something. Unlikely. Even if he was involved in getting the professor freed, that just makes him a crooked cop. Excellent. You broke the organization's spine. Yes, that's where I come in. This stone is the key to the tower, or part of the key. You make sure you get Kalkstein interested, like we agreed. Geralt, we're nearing our investigation's end. The solution is within reach. We need to secure what's hidden in the tower. All the books and scrolls. Bait for our target. Do you really want to die, Witcher? Aren't you eager to learn the truth? Yes, hurry. We can't let Kalkstein get ahead of us. I hope that murderer swallowed the bait. A client. Let's go. Die! Fall back! I detest crooks like you. Attack! It's elementary. Fight! You're in deep shit. Stop! Not a step closer. That makes no sense. Mere deduction. You're wasting my valuable time, Witcher. You'll soon learn the truth. Excited? You'll soon learn the truth. He's here already. So you say.